Hello? Can you hear me? Are you all there? Can you hear me? Am I stuttering? Is everything bad? Is everything okay? I'll be honest. My kilobytes per second are not looking ideal, but they're not at literally 0, so that's good. I may have to just start streaming at a lower quality again. I don't know if I could be doing 1080, right now. But, streaming on Tuesday. Well, I just got the router. I needed to make sure that it works. I haven't been able to stream in so long. I was hearing you while an ad was going at the same time. Yay, okay, it's working. Thank Jesus. Oh my gosh, guys. I wanted to stream so bad. I was so sad not being able to stream. Oh, jeez Louise. It feels like a million things have happened. A million years has passed. We missed you. I missed you. That's the thing. I was like, man, I want to play video games. I want to play video games with my goofy goobers, with my special little sprinkle fucks. we still have so much of Jack and Wind Waker to play. Oh my gosh. And I've got so many things to tell you. Okay, so, fuck. There's so many things to talk about. Let's start talking about them. We're in a new location. Wow, my room feels more echoey. Hello, welcome everybody. Yeah, the room feels a lot more echoey. Oh well, nothing I can do about that. Eventually I'll get some, like, soundproof foam, you know. How's Vincent? He's great. He's so happy. There's so many windows. There's so many windows here, and he looks out them all the time, and he takes naps in the sun because we get sunlight now. I can interact with the sun now. We don't live in a cave. Yeah, we moved. Yeah. You don't hear an echo? That's good. It might be more of a problem just for me. Like, something I'll be able to hear, but I don't think you guys ever will, so that's good. And yeah, Vincent, he's got so much room. He can run. He can run now. He runs from his cat tree to my room, and he's got so much space, and there are windows, and the view is just like other apartments, but there are windows, and we get sunlight. And it was, I'm not gonna say 100% success. The move was predominantly successful, but also a lot of shit happened. First of which, we've lost our hammer. We just don't have that anymore. Don't know where that went. And I really needed a hammer. I've also lost a towel. Don't know where that is. I guess it's with the hammer. So that was oof. Also, with the move, our internet was shit, so you all know about that part, how I couldn't stream, and also, like, I couldn't even I've got a nitpick corner that I worked on yesterday. It's like a 3-minute long video, super short, a tiny little video, it's really fun. I'm excited to publish it, like, next week. 3 minutes. I should have been able to finish that in an hour tops. It took me like 5 hours because I needed to download images, and it took forever and ever. It is working a lot better. We had to get a new router. We got a new internet provider. It's $15 more expensive, which is annoying, but it is what it is. I can play Project Sekai without fear of just disconnecting, and oh, that's a relief that finally, cause that's the other thing, our router got lost in the mail. The way you said towel instead of a towel made me think it was a proper noun. Yeah, we lost the towel. But yeah, we lost, so UPS was a whole shenanigery to deal with, because we ordered the new router because we needed better internet, and then it didn't show up. It was supposed to get here, hang on, let me do quick math. 8 days ago, and it didn't. Whoops, we lost your magic internet box. Well, see, that's the thing. We were like, whose fault is this? Is this the new landlord's, like, problem? Because there's a whole nother mail adventure I'll tell you about. Or is this UPS? But finally we got it. We finally got it. And they put not the right apartment number on it at all. That's why we didn't get it in time. We actually have a second one. Because we were like, the other one's lost. They said they delivered it and it's not here. And they were like, that we will send you another internet box. And then we got the first router. Because they took it to the front office. And then they didn't alert me about it existing, even though I fucking told them that I had mail. Whatever. But, so now we have a second router, and we have to send that back. Tape the two together. I was like, thank you! Here.
Here's some towel money.
Yeah, thank you for the towel money. Well, that's another thing. I've got so many things to tell you guys about. But yeah, so now we got the two routers. I was like, we should have them battle to see which one's stronger. I did lose connection for just like a minute last night. And that had been a problem we'd had before with this company, but it hasn't been a problem since, so I'll keep my eyes out for that. But just be aware that that might be a thing we have to deal with streams moving forward. So could have kept the second free router. I don't know if it's free. That's the problem. I don't know if they'd make us pay for it or not. I was just talking about getting a new modem with my brother. Hey, if you can afford it, I suggest do it. Another issue about it is that I've got my Ethernet cable, and it now stretches all the way across the kitchen to my room, and it's so inefficient. And we're like, fuck. What do we do about this? Do we like hook it up to the ceiling somehow? I don't know. So we'll handle the Ethernet cable, but that's all right. But we finally got the router. Let me tell you about the other mail adventures we've had, because oh Jesus, Louises. So we move in and they're like, here's the key to your mailbox. And we were like, rad. And we were like, let's go check the mail. And we go to try to open it, and it could not work. We were jamming that key in every way we could, and it was not working. So it was like, so we went to the front office and we were like, this key does not work. And this is when it started to get fucky wucky. So my uncle strung his Ethernet cable through his vents. That's so hard. I'm impressed. Yeah, so first, okay, so we were like, this doesn't work. And they're like, we'll get that fixed. And then the next day, my roommate, Allison, you know her, went to the office and was like, hey, where's the mail key? And then the guy was like, huh? And she's like, yeah, we asked the girl who was here to fix this, and no one had put in that work order. And so he had to, because apparently there's only 2 people in the front office who actually gives a fuck about doing their job. And so we had to wait and then, like, across the weekend, because that was like on Saturday or something, and they were closed, so then we had to wait a couple days. And then we go, and we get the new mail key, and I noticed that, actually, that they had multiple, like, little packages of mail keys on the desk. Like, clearly we were not the only ones who was having this problem. And I was like, that's interesting, but she's like, here's your key. Actually, first she was like, we don't have it yet, come back. We're gonna, later in the day, basically. And so I did, and then I got the mail key, and then I tried it. And then it didn't work. And I was like bending the little slot that like the key goes into. I was trying so dang hard, and I was like I'm not dumb. I know how keys work, and it was not working. And then I was like, okay, and so I went back, and I was like, this still does not work. Actually, I had to wait another day, because then they closed really late. No, they closed really early, rather. Even though they're supposed to be open for a good couple more hours, they closed really early, and it was like, okay, cool, I guess I just still can't check my mail. And then finally, the next day, I went and checked the mail, Oh, I just realized my jar's falling off the table. There we go. I went and checked the mail, and again, I double checked it one more time, and I still couldn't open it, so I gave her the key, and I was like, this isn't working. Am I doing something wrong? And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, can you come show me? Because, like, listen, if I'm doing something wrong, I'll take that L, but I need to know. And she's like, well, I can't leave the office because there's only 2 of us in the office right now. And I'm like, okay, then fix it. Basically, nicely. I said it all nicely, but I was like, we need to enter the mailbox. Like, there was a prescription in there. We needed to get it open. And then, so she's like, okay, well, we can't do anything until the mailman's here. And I'm like, how convenient, he's here right now. I saw him as I was walking in. And then she's like, okay, I'll have maintenance look at it. And then she called Allison, not me, because I think Allison might be first on the lease or something, I don't know. But then I went back and I obtained, and I was like, okay, does it work? And she's like, we all tried it and it works fine. And I'm like, I thought you couldn't leave the front office. I thought we can't leave. And now you've all tried it? What is that? What is this fucking attitude? Listen, you're the one who keeps giving me the wrong key. And finally, it does now work. And I think there's a middleman between, because the way she said it implied, we did give you the right key, and we all got it to work, you're just too dumb. But I think something definitely happened, because I tried for like 5 minutes to get that key to work. And now suddenly it actually does. Oh, so somebody somewhere isn't interacting properly down the chain of events, but I can finally open the fucking mail. I've never heard of internet that uses a satellite. Yeah, I was seeing that too. It sounds high-tech and impressive, but I worry that it would be like kind of finicky or fiddly, but I wouldn't know. A for Allison does come before T for that's true. That is true. Twiins would be such a good comedy slice of life anime protagonist. I really would be. I'm a delight. That's another thing. Okay, so that's the section 1 of stories completed. I don't think there's anything else about the move that was super pertinent. I got more flowers. Allison got me flowers. And they've died. They died really fast. So now I've got more dead flowers. That's great, because I had to throw some of them away. Why does customer service not do their jobs and then act like you're the problem because you're asking them? I know, right? Like please. The sun went behind a cloud. That's fine. I don't really need light right now. There's more to chat about. Okay, so section 2 of chatting. Do you like your neighbors at least? I haven't really interacted with them. There's one neighbor who had their dog on their balcony like all day yesterday. And the dog was like whining, and I was like, please put your dog inside. The neighbors downstairs, are they cute? The dog is pretty cute. I haven't seen the person. Neighbors downstairs have like a puppy that I've seen as well, so that's pretty swell. And the neighbors across the hall have like a kid. I guess I passed by a little kid, and that's all I know about them. Like, I swear I'm not a Karen. Please do your job. The satellite part has not given us trouble at all. Had to occasionally reset the main unit to get internet back. But that can happen with, yeah, any router will do that. I still stand by it. I think internet should just be free. High-speed internet. It's like, we live in the information age. Like, I think everyone should be given internet. I think it's super important to exist in the world we live in these days. Like, you can't interact with people without basically needing to give them your email anyway, so that's what I say. My grandparents' new router, when they first got it, would only work in the afternoon to evening. Only around 2 to 3 in the afternoon could we actually use anything. Ugh! I hate that. I hate weird routers or weird internet plans. I hate it. It's so stressful. But I'm also, I don't know, I'm pretty online all the time. If the neighbors are cute, this really will be a slice of life anime. I know. I'm just waiting to bump into some bashful fella with glasses who later reveals himself to be totally punk rock. That's the plot to Horimiya. An anime that I've seen like multiple reviews of, but I haven't actually watched myself. It's on my list though. I was too busy watching Kaiji. Must be nice having a decent internet. There's not a single good provider in my area. I wouldn't call it good internet. It's definitely, our options are a lot more limited here than where we were back at the shitty bad poopy apartment. Cause we moved to a more like rural location within our zone. So yeah, it's not amazing, but it is nice to at least for it to be consistent. Fallen Angel learns the life of a human. Lesson number 1, customer service, don't do shit. You know what was fucking hilarious? When I worked in retail, while COVID was still happening, our store was still open. We still had to come in and do work. Customer service, no, not them. They got to quarantine. They didn't have to go into work, even though their customer service, they interact only via the phone. And wow, suddenly everyone was really, really mad at us because there was a fucking pandemic happening. So where is all of your items? We need these items. And it's like, I can't handle this. So yeah, fuck customer service. And he secretly has a crush on you the whole time. I know. Ooh woo, for real, for real. We got Cox internet because it sounded funny. It does sound funny. Here's hoping your bespeckled punk rock neighbor boy has an 8-pack and drinks bad milk. My type is odd. But that's the other thing. Okay, I'm streaming a lot later today than usual because I was doing something earlier. I had a job interview, because like I mentioned, so I really appreciate you guys helping us move, but also I am poor. And I don't want to make you guys have to pay for everything for me. I always love it and appreciate it whenever you guys don't give me donations and stuff. I really do. But I don't want to rely on you guys all the time. I can't have Messiah giving me $200 every week. So, I got a job interview earlier today, and if I do say so myself, I fucking decimated it. So, that will mean that my stream schedule will change a bit if I get this job, because, you know, I won't be home all day. So, but hopefully it works out, because it seems right up my alley. I won't go into it anymore, I guess. NDAs and shit, I suppose. They didn't tell me not to talk about it, but I don't think you guys need to know all the details. But yeah, hopefully I do get that job, and oh my god, thank you! Oh.
More towel money for the poor woman.
All donations are now towel money. I gotta give Twiins $500 for her towels. What? That's the funnest part about streaming, is that you build such a lore. Naturally, I feel that, and like, you guys came up with Doug. You guys, like, I don't know, the sprinkle thing came out of nowhere. and now we got towel money. You got Wi-Fi, yeah. We got Cox. What? Oh, we won't read it out loud. Fuck you, we'll donate if we want. Thank you, Messiah. I appreciate it. I do. Because you know what's also been stressful? About... Hey, I'm glad I caught you stream. I feel lucky. Yay! I give luck to you. I don't have any luck to give. But Hopefully that can be a good luck charm for you. What was I saying? What was I saying about... Oh, that was the other thing about not having decent internet. It was like I had no source of income. Like I've been just job hunting and I've worked on a video because I'm like, shit, I can't stream. So I need to do something. Can't afford hammer money. What I really need is belt money right now. I need a new belt. The one I've got is falling apart. So that's the thing. You know, on my list of things that I need, it goes belt, towel, hammer, pants, and dresses. Dresses is optional, but I want dresses. Because you all know how much I love Lolita fashion, and boy howdy, I want to be able to buy myself dresses. They're super expensive though, so that's for future twins to deal with. Everyone talking about the lost towel, but not the lost hammer. The hammer makes sense. Allison's parents helped us move, and her dad has hammers. Like, so he could have seen that in like his truck and been like, "That's mine, whatever," you know. But how do you lose a towel? It's purple. He wouldn't have been like, "That's my towel." So we'll never know. Maybe they're together, I guess. And now every time we're like, where is this thing? We can't find this thing. It's like, is it with the towel and the hammer? Like there's one box that somewhere, I don't know where, with a towel, a hammer, a thermometer, and like half of our spoons. Twins only wears pants, so belts are pretty important. They are, more importantly, it's when I'm like dancing, because I don't like my pants being all saggy while I'm exercising. Just get chunkier so your pants won't fall off. I could also try maybe purchasing tighter pants, but last time you all were there when I was ranting about how I got pants and they were too tight. And then I started like losing oxygen. Don't feel comfortable wearing dresses? I kind of agree. I don't like being able to feel my legs touch, but they're so cute that I'm like, I will get over it. I'll just have to get myself like leggings or something. Purple like the guy? Yeah, like the guy. Definitely not like my dress. You know, that I'm wearing right here. Purple couldn't be me. Girl, do you only have one towel? No, I had another. I had another, and Allison's got so many, so it wasn't, like, terrible. It wasn't like, this is an emergency, but it was just like, but where could it be? Finally! That's the other thing. I'll have to talk about that, too. Hang on, what are you guys saying? Towel got tired of drying stuff off and went to find a new purpose. It was pretty old anyway. It's not the worst thing on earth to have to get a new towel. They're just more expensive than I wish they were. I wish I could get a towel for like 10 bucks. And you can't really. I remember you not having circulation. Yeah, it's fun. Cuteness beats out comfort, apparently. It does. It does. Cuteness beats out everything. Would recommend getting some bike shorts. They're leggings that are short. Maybe. I don't love my legs. They're fine. Like, I just don't like looking at them. I'm very pale. I'm gonna be honest. So. This other thing. So, when we moved, it's me and Doug. Yeah, Doug's here. I gotta give Doug a new voice. I thought that. Because I've been doing this thing, and that's really hard to do, and I'd like to give him a better voice. Are you a vampire or a schnee? Definitely a vampire. Holy shit. I love the taste of blood, and I don't go in the light. Purple towel in the arms of an angel. Someone once pointed out how we never get rid of towels, we just put old ones in a bin somewhere and you buy new ones. I think about that every now and then. Old towels are really useful if like you're kind of craftier, or like if your dad like works on cars or something, you know, Or if you've got like an animal, you know, you could put, you're like, oh man, what do we do for all this bedding for like our pet rabbits? Towel. Hell yeah. So I feel like they have a use after their first round of goodness. I wonder if you go to a fabric store, if you could get a towel fabric for cheaper and use it as a towel. Fabric's pretty expensive. So I'm gonna say no. And I know from experience getting thicker material like that does make it more expensive. Cause, make him sound like Kermit. I'm not great at Kermit. It's me. It is. That's kind of similar to what I've been doing. Yeah, I got really thick ass material because for a sewing class, we were making a bag and it had to be thicker material. So that was, it is what it needed to be. And then I explicitly chose a really ugly bag, material, because I didn't like the class, which was really it hurt myself because, and it was extra thick. It was thicker than it needed to be. So, yeah, then I just succeeded in making a really ugly bag. And I had to use a special needle because I got too thick ass fabric to use a normal needle. So there you go. I don't know what happened to that. I think I threw it away. You know what fixes being pale? Bike shorts. You know what also fixes being pale? Going outside ever. Hello, welcome. I mentioned my grandparents before, mostly because they're the only people in my life who have money for stuff that isn't food like me. But they have like 50 plus towels. They have so many, and anytime they get worn out, my grandma converts them into wash rags. That's like a fucking rule with grandparents, I feel like. Every grandparent has like at least 7 towels, and they cycle them all out, and it's like, do you use them? Like, do you just use one once and then put it in the wash? And they'll be like, yeah. And it's like, me, I can't relate because I'm too poor to do that. We sold towels from wiping mud off our dog's feet. Yeah, yeah. That's cute. That's another great thing. Oh my gosh. Our apartment comes with an in-unit washer and dryer. I can do my laundry whenever. I don't need to go outside to like a laundromat to do my laundry. This is great. When you become old, you get excited about having a washing machine. Will we get a Vincent cameo? Not today. Or at least not right now. He's over there in his cat tree, taking a nap next to the window. He loves the windows, guys. I'm so fucking excited. Twins, I have even fewer reasons to go outside. I'm so happy. I don't like being outside. I don't like being hot. I don't like being sweaty. I don't like, I was excited because my kilobytes color went up to yellow. It's been wandering in orange to red. So that's neat. But yeah, I don't like being outside. I don't like when it's windy. I don't like when it's rainy. Well, the rain's actually not terrible, but it'll just rain for like ever. I swear, it's finally warm, guys. Oh my gosh. It's finally warm. I should draw Vincent. I want to draw him if he were in like Fire Emblem. What was I gonna say? I was so excited for a second. Oh, going outside. Being rainy. That's it, the weather! I've got so many things to talk about, so get expected for that to happen a lot more. So it's been cold for like eons. Oh my gosh. I feel like this winter has been years long. Thank you! Oh my gosh!
Here's some towel money.
Thank you for the towel money. Now I'll be able to get a towel. Hooray! But yeah, it's been so cold and so rainy, and the weather's been terrible, and like it's been slushy and shitty and bad, and then finally, it's like 2 days ago, it just hit, and it's warm now. I'm warm. I don't have a jacket on. It's been so long, and since we have windows on all sides, it's not just warm in the morning and then we're cast in shadow for the rest of the day. It's just nice. It's so nice. It snowed where you live. Damn, that sucks. I hope the warm comes to you soon, Green Machine. Imagine getting rain cries in desert. I have our sliding doors open right now. Dude, sliding doors are nice, but they're kind of a pain to clean, I think. I know the winter felt like less. It really did. I don't know what it was. I think just a lot of things started happening in winter, kind of all around, but especially for us because we were like, it's time to move time. Have you scouted around your new place for a snack place? Having a snack place in walking distance is also a game changer. Oh my gosh. So there's a grocery store nearby. It used to be about a 15-minute walk to get to the grocery store at our last location. I'm right next door to the grocery store now. I just have to, like, take one right, and then I'm there. It takes me 5 minutes to get there, and they have donuts. So, that's my snack place. We're also really close to a mall, I think. So, and like a pet store. So we're near everything, which is fascinating because I mentioned earlier that we're in a more rural area, but it feels like we're so much closer to things. Where it's just we're just like a little pocket of things. Winter chose violence this past year. I do have to find they're like 99 cents. It's so, every time I go to the store, it's like, I can get a donut, and you know what? I'm an adult, so I've been getting myself donuts. These two in particular are difficult to clean, because they're more like windows right now. Oh, talking about putting a deck in, that sounds so fun. We've got a balcony, but we haven't been out on it. We don't have any like furniture, to put out and just like sit in yet. Also, I'm a little bit nervous. Vincent isn't really a runner, but I don't want him getting on the balcony because I'm afraid he would jump. And he would be fine, but then I'd have to run downstairs and get the cat, and that sounds stressful. What kind of donuts? My favorite are Long Johns. They're like the longer ones. I like the maple like frosting covered Long Johns. Chocolate ones are great too, but I like the maple stuff because chocolate melts and I don't like getting sticky. I got a donut the other day. I got them. I thought they were gonna be filled, and they like cinnamon roll things, but they were still like had the frosting on them, and that's what tricked me. But I like all donuts. Hard agree. This winter has been the worst, especially where I live. It's been teasing nice weather, then slapping us with cold fronts. The false spring. I hate those. I'm glad. Oh yeah, right now I'm in the process of buying my first house. Oh my gosh, Messiah. I wish you luck. You can really use a good yard for your children. So I hope you get it. You deserve it. I'm sure. I believe in you. Buy a hammock to set it up on the balcony. Like for me, I don't know if I want a hammock. I know Allison likes to sunbathe, so it'd be more of up to her what she wants to get. Maple old fashioned sounds good right now. They do. I love me some donuts. Vincent is a chaos goblin. Oh, there was another thing. My shelves. Okay, so when I moved, my bookshelf it's been knocking on heaven's door for like ever since that one guy made me move it because he was looking for a thing to set up an internet box, and then he didn't even do it right. But that's a whole different story. It's fine. When I lived in Canada, I bought a maple cream donut. It was so cold, the donut turned into an ice cream filled donut. That was probably the best donut experience I've ever had. That does sound pretty super fly, I must say. But yeah, so my bookshelves were dying. Vincent wasn't allowed near them, cause I was worried that if he jumped up on them, they would collapse. That's how not okay they were. And so I knew they weren't gonna make the move. Like, that was part of the reason I was excited. I was like, I get to throw away all my old ceramic crap from when I was in college, and also I get to throw away these bookshelves. And they were really fragile. Tearing them apart was really easy. Am all growed up and shit. So yeah, I took apart the bookshelf, and then I didn't have a new one. And I knew that going in. That's fine. Allison ordered me a new bookshelf because she's a sweetie pie. But for a little bit there, I just couldn't fully unpack. Did you bonfire the bookcase? No. No, we threw it in the dump. A bonfire would have been fun, but I don't think that would have been legal where we live. like we don't have a yard. It would have just been in a parking lot, and I don't think they would have allowed that. So for a while there, we moved in, and it was rough because like I couldn't unpack all the way. That's why it took so long to figure out that we did in fact lose the towel and hammer, because I had just had all these boxes full of my manga and my games and DVDs and stuff. Twiins serial arsonist Inc. Burn foam in the parking lot. But yeah, so finally got a new bookshelf, and it's great. It's super fly. I've got it all set up, and that was so fucking exciting. Just being able to actually get all my like books out. And then it was like, okay, now this is really home. It was just a place, and now it's like, this is where I live. And I put up all my posters as well. I've got 2 Hatsune Miku posters. It makes me look like a Vocaloid superfan. I guess I am. Project Sekai is a big part of my life. So burn down the parking lot. See, I just accepted burned foam in the parking lot. IKEA bookshelf? No, we got it off of Amazon. The most interesting part about my bookshelf, one, I've got some acrylic stands of anime characters. That's cool. I should be getting another one in the not too distant future, and that's gonna be a whole nother adventure, because I ordered that. I ordered 2 actually at different times, but that's besides the point. I ordered them while we were still at the old place, and now we've moved, and so now I have to deal with, please deliver it to my new place, and I need to deal with that. I have done quite a few Vocaloid videos, yeah. I just don't feel like, because I know Vocaloid the most through Project Sekai, rather than just like, through Vocaloids on their own. I don't know, it makes it feel like I'm not a real Vocaloid fan. I do like Hatsune Miku though. If I could afford one of those really pretty like anime figures, you know? Ooh, I'd get one of those. They're gorgeous. Have you listened to Tato's new voice bank? I have heard that a little bit. That's exciting. Tato, and for anyone who don't know, she's an Tao, which is like a free Vocaloid system. And she's like the most popular one. And she's got a new voice bank. It sounds pretty interesting. I'm excited to hear what people do with it. I've actually been fiddling with Utao an awful lot lately. I'll probably be uploading a video for patrons. I made a cover. I made a cover of a bossa nova medley. Isn't that exciting? And it sounds pretty alright. Not to toot my own horn, I've been doing this for a good couple months now. And this is the first song that I did that I feel like actually sounds good enough to share with other people. I've done more. Scratch Towel Fund, Vocaloid Figure Fund is next. So that's really exciting. Oh, the other thing about my Twiins about to go on America's Got Talent. The other fun thing about my bookshelf. So I've got a manga collection. And one of the biggest pieces of that collection is that I have all of a manga series called Rosario Vampire. Rosario Vampire is not great. I really like the concept. It's a harem manga, but it's about a human boy who, through some shenanigans, has to go to monster school. But they don't know he's a human, but his group of friends, who are also conveniently girls, they learn, but they still, like, they're still friends, and also they all have crushes on him, whatever. Okay, and that's an interesting concept. I liked him when it was like, Monster of the Week, of, like, a different monster that the vampire girl had a kick in the head, and just adventures that way. Whenever, like, a real plot starts to happen with Rosario Vampire, it's pretty bad. I don't like the writing. The art's really nice, though. And it takes up so much space. Because it's like 27 volumes of a manga. So, like, it takes up so damn much space, so I stacked them vertically. You know how you're supposed to stack books horizontally, you know, like next to each other? I was like, no, it takes up too much space, so I lined them down, and I stacked them vertically that way. They still take up a decent amount of space, but less. So, there you go. That's the fun facts about my bookshelf. I thought Puppy Cat was voiced by Oliver. I know he's voiced by, like, a voice bank. I never knew which one it was. It might be Oliver, though. That might be why he's so popular, because I know Oliver's one of the popular ones. I never really appreciated Vocaloid until I found out that, oh yeah, Puppy Cat from Be a Puppy Cat is Vocaloid, voiced by Ren. I see. That's how, I was reading the chat backwards. Towel, totally owning weeaboo equipment legally. That's what it stands for. Towel fund. I'll have to make like an emote for towel. Welcome to Demon School. Iruma-kun is just Rosario Vampire if it was good. I wish the mangaka for Rosario Vampire would do more. They do have a really solid art style, so I think they could do some real good stuff if they just like paired themselves with a writer. I don't know, his writing wasn't even that bad. It was just meh. Oh yes, Rosario Vampire. Harem Animes Dragon Ball Z. Hang on, let me write down this acronym for towel. I want to make sure I don't forget it. Totally owning weeaboo equipment. I think I spelled it wrong. That's fine. Legally. Okay, great. I'll work with that. Other fun things. It's the harem of panty shots for you. There's less of it in the manga. If all you've seen is the anime for Rosario Vampire, I do suggest read some of the manga, at least the parts that got adapted for the anime, because the anime was like, we're just gonna lean into the ecchi stuff, which makes sense. I do think the manga is better. That's all there. It's still not great, but I'm not getting rid of it. It took me so long to collect all that manga. Twins, did you do a video on Rosario Vampire, or was that Critter? Critter mentioned Rosario Vampire during Magical Girl May. Yeah, that was Is It a Magical Girl show? I can't remember what Critter's, verdict was on being a Magical Girl show or not. Personally, I wouldn't call it one. But that was what we discussed last time, was like, it can be a pretty loosey-goosey definition for Magical Girl. I like the alto depths of Twiins' laugh. 'Tis a Christmassy, hearty chortle that I enjoy. What a description. Hello, Lillian. Howdy, welcome. Oh, that was another thing that happened during the move, was I lost the pen for my art tablet. But I knew that one wasn't gonna be with the hammer, because I'd be precious with that. But I just couldn't remember where it went. And I like had quickly checked the boxes, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So that was another level of stress. Was I couldn't find the art pen. I know. I did find it though. Thank Jesus. Here's the thing. I put it in the box for my Elgato because I had already put the Elgato in the bag with my clothes because I forgot that I had the box. So it was my own doing that caused the minor inconvenience, but that was part of it. Her verdict was that it was a Magical Girl show, just a very lewd one. I can see the argument for it. I can't remember either, but now I'm gonna oh yeah, okay, yeah. Dude, Magical Girl, it's coming back up. It's coming back up, and I think I've got a video that should be happening that I've been working on since December, but life kept getting in the way. I put my pen from my tablet on my makeup box because I knew it would be more secure there. It has a log. That's pretty fly. I ought to get a new nib. We need some new ones. Cancels pen fund. There was another thing as well that was, oh my gosh. So Computer Chan. One of the big reasons why this big ass huge video that I've been working on since December has taken so long is because everything is on Computer Chan. That's my old computer, my old, smaller, worse computer. And it's inefficient, and it loads really slowly, and I do everything else on PC-kun, that's my new computer, but just all the files and stuff was already on my old computer, and that's why it's been a part of the reason why it's been taking so long. I'm also doing a lot of art for it, because I'm stupid, but that's besides the point. So I finally decided to just transfer everything over from Computer Chan to PC-kun, so then I can edit it on my better, nice computer. But because the internet was so bad, like, I couldn't transfer anything, and it was just another level of, like, during this whole process. So, but now that we have better internet, I should be able to get that happening. I'll have to just take a day to upload things to my drive or whatever the fuck, and then I can work on that video, and Jesus, it'll be, and then nobody will watch it. Magical Girl site is so damn edgy. Only approach if you want to watch a dumb show to laugh at. Yeah, there's a lot of edgy ones. I mean, I think Madoka Magica kind of started that trend of overt edge, even though I wouldn't even call it an edgy show, it's just dark, but dark is only a couple steps away from edgy when it comes to anime. I haven't read or watched Rosario Vampire, but I was reading Ghost Reaper Girl from the same artist. Oh my gosh, is it from the same artist? Though it's on hiatus due to the author's health. Oh no! Well, that's great. That's great to know. I'll have to look that up. Cause he's pretty solid. His art, that's the best part about Rosario Vampire. It's not even that good as an ecchi. A lot of his artwork is like, it's like, the girls are cute, but it's not like overtly sexual or anything, so it's just like, wow, that's some really nice clothes. Cool. So I'm glad he's doing other stuff. I know what I'm doing for Magical Girl May. I'm gonna redraw my Magical Girl OCs and their villains and hopefully make an actual comic. Oh my gosh, I believe in you. Comics take a long time, but I believe in you. Computer Chan is just shy. She is. Says same. Me and my computer need couples counseling or a divorce lawyer, because we got beef over how much it doesn't work over feeding the kids. I can transfer through the hard drive, but that still needs to connect online to do it. And so that's the thing. It was doing it, but just very, very slowly, and I'm transferring, like, video files, so they're pretty hefty shits, unfortunately. I should be able to do it now, though. It'll still probably take a while, but doable, for sure. Madoka Magica and Watchmen are both amazing stories that started the worst trends in their respective subgenres. That's fair. A fun fact about Grim Magic, obviously I take a decent amount of inspiration from Madoka Magica. It's super important to me. But one of the big things while making Grim Magic was Brooder. Because it was deciding on if I wanted Brooder to be kind of nefarious, like how Kyubey is, or if Brooder was gonna be more like just an overt friend and companion, like Luna from Sailor Moon. So that was a big thing, because at first I did think of Brooder more like Kyubey, where there was like some secret ulterior motive kind of a thing, and then I was like, no, I can't just let myself do that by default. I need a reason at least. And I decided on Brooders being more kind of hands-off, but fun fact, they're all different. It's not just one Brooder. There's multiple Brooders, and they're all kinda can play unique roles. Like, the one in Raven and the Ravens is very active in actually helping Raven with her adventure. Meanwhile, the one in Cat and Mouse is a lot more distant. So there you go. Little fun fact for you there. Spoilers, you're right, I'm sorry, I forgot. But Madoka's just been around for so long, I figured everyone knew at this point. I will avoid spoiling Madoka any more than I have. Don't worry, that's the least interesting thing to get spoiled for. I liked the designs of Sorry Vampire, so I watched all of it. Looking back, it gives me bad vibes because of how it ends. I don't know how the anime ends, so I can't talk about it. But the manga's ending was fine. They have a real friendship vibe. It's all like, we saved the day with love and friendship, and it doesn't matter that he's a human, we're still friends. It's a nice story. It's nice enough. So, at least the manga is better. I won't spoil. That's alright, that's alright. My signal is iffy, so I have to leave. Adios. I have a good one. I'll be able to upload VODs again. That's another thing. I couldn't even upload VODs because the internet was so bad. I think I've got one from the last time I was able to stream. Just sitting on my computer, not able to do anything. Brooder's that one friend that does very questionable things that makes you wonder why you're friends with them. I got a color Brooder for you guys at some point too, because you all don't even know he's got yellow eyes. Brooder hasn't appeared in color at all. And that's the little fun fact for you. He's white with yellow eyes. That's, now you know. I think it's stable for now, so I'll stay until it doesn't work. A gamer energy right there. Well, I'm still technically connected, so we'll keep going. By the way, have you ever seen Epithet Erased? Oh, I seen a little bit of it, but I wasn't all that interested. I know of Jello Apocalypse. His videos are really fun. I wish he'd talk about Scooby-Doo more. So I'm sure it's not terrible. I didn't love the, like, animation direction, but that's just a me thing. I hope it's doing well. Don't got any problems with him being successful. I'ma head out. Adios, have fun at work. Have a good one. Real quick, we'll shift topics again to Lackadaisy. But first, I want to talk about, just wrap up some stuff with me and art. So, I do have bonus stuff for Grim Magic that I'm working on. So hopefully I can get that kind of out to patrons, at least, by the end of the month. However, also hopefully I get hired at a new job, so I'll have less time to work on things. So things will be slower going. But also excitingly, I've started the beginning phases of my next comic, the original one that I'm working on. Well, I guess Grim Magic's also original. But, so that's really, really fun and cool, and it'll be really exciting when I get to start showing you guys stuff from that as well. The animation direction seems like a budget issue. Yeah, it did, but I don't know, it felt... I don't know. I wished that they could have gotten to do a little bit more, but maybe that's just me. The animation for Epithet Erased is pretty much just for people who are already familiar with his video styles. That, you know, that is true. Yeah. And his videos, I don't know. I haven't watched enough of it to have a too strong opinion on it. Like I said, I hope it's doing well. Lackadaisy. Let's talk about Lackadaisy. So, because I've been reading the comic, Lackadaisy, for, like, ever. It's, like, 6-7 years? Something like that. I've been reading it since, like, the dawn of time. I love her art style. It's so good. Her art is real 10 out of 10. And the story's really interesting. A little meandering. I do feel like, I haven't read the comic in a while, because I don't know if she's been working on it. I haven't checked in on it. Hang on, I need water. But it feels like we've been rolling around with, what the heck is a Lackadaisy? Lackadaisy is a comic that has gotten an animation. It's a webcomic that has gotten an independently funded animation. It's about cats doing adventures during, like, moonshine, during the Prohibition era. It's really fun. It's really good. I do suggest looking it up. The comic is gorgeous. Her art starts great and only improves as she went forward. Yes, they are gangster cats. And, So the comic is really swell. I feel like we've been doing the same thing for a long time. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but Rocky, that's the main character of Lackadaisy, he got hurt, and I feel like I've just been waiting for him to not be hurt anymore for a long time. But again, I haven't checked in a while, so maybe there's a lot more that I can pick up on now. I think she took like a 3-year hiatus to work on the pilot. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, I feel like, because I followed her on Twitter, and she would usually be like, there's a new stuff for people to read, and I feel like she hadn't been saying that for a long time. So, not gonna lie, I thought Lackadaisy was gonna be something about inefficient gardening. Lackadaisical is what she's working with, which is, kinda relaxed. It's a word. I learned that through Lackadaisy. Yeah, I bet you've been seeing it pushed on your feed a lot, because it's getting a lot of traction. ProZD voices one of the more important characters, so that's really cool. And they released their pilot, which is why it's getting a lot of traction right now. And the animation is really nice, and I'm gonna okay. I didn't love it. I do hope they succeed. I think they've been greenlit to have more stuff animated. That's all really swell. I switched to Mordecai. It switched to Mordecai, and he was forced into a cult. I don't know. Oh yeah, Mordecai was. Oh yeah, that did happen. That was pretty cool though. I did like that. The Mordecai's adventures with the Romani cats is really fun. But anyway, the pilot. I didn't really love it. It's animated well. Stylistically, they've chosen to sometimes have kind of like the implication of rough lines. You can see them the best on faces. And that is a choice, and I value that as a choice. I don't like it. And that's okay. I'm allowed to not like it. They don't need to care that I don't like it. If it fits what they want it to do, that's great. I felt like it felt too put on, like comparing it to animated Disney movies that also kind of had just that sort of stuff happen. I think the animated Robin Hood with the foxes is a good example where that shows up a lot. I don't know. It feels very, for the Disney movies, that happens because they were rushing, effectively. They weren't doing the process, quote-unquote, correctly. But it's cool because I think it's fun getting to see those rough lines sometimes. It's kind of looking behind the curtain, and it still looks like it's alive. For the Lackadaisy, I feel like it felt too, we decided to put this in, rather than this is just naturally how it ended out via the animation process. But I think that's something they could refine to be, like, really nice. It ended up being a little bit distracting, personally. Beyond that, but have you gotten but you gotten got by murder drones yet? No, not yet. We're talking about Lackadaisy. We're, animated cats doing prohibition stuff. You can watch the pilot, it's like 5 minutes long, or something. I think it's actually longer than that, but, it's well animated. The other thing I didn't really like about the pilot was that nobody's voices sounded right to me. Nobody was doing a bad job with the acting. They all did great. But just none of the voices sounded like how they were in my head when I read the comic. And it was distracting. And of course, they can't cater to everyone's specific internal voice for all the characters. And the creator was like really involved with it, so obviously she's like this. She chose, this is right. You are doing the right thing. No, not even Mordecai. No, Mordecai didn't sound right. Again, ProZD, he's great. He's a real 10 out of 10. And like it's not like a problem of me being distracted that it's him, cause in Fire Emblem Three Hopes, he voices one of the characters. I forget his name. It was great, and I really liked it, and I wasn't ever like, but boy, that sure is just sung one. No, I was able to immerse myself in the character still. His voice just isn't right for Mordecai in my ears, but that's just a me thing. So I'm gonna say if I were to, he is in Three Hopes. Yeah, he's the guy. You need to be in the Golden Deer. to have him in your army. He's, oh, what's her name? There's the girl with the pink hair, the long pink hair. Her brother is Prosy D. So, Holst! Hilda's brother, Holst! Thank you! I'm so glad. I knew there was an H stuck in my throat, but I couldn't figure out what anybody's name was. So yeah, if I were to review Lackadaisy, I say technically it does everything really well. The animation's nice, the acting is all nice, the writing is nice. Just not for me. I didn't really love it. Oh, that's the other thing, is that it's just what has to happen with animation. I can't remember her name. The mangaka, you know, the comic creator. I think it's Tracy. Her art style is jaw-dropping, and obviously that can't translate into animation because there's a lot of intricate detailing and lighting, and it's really great, and you have to simplify to animate. That's okay, nothing wrong with that. But I feel like the story is just more fun being able to see all those gorgeous details that you get with her, Tracy Butler, I was right, that you get with her comic, with her art. I don't think it being in motion adds anything to the story, really. And I didn't like that they kind of changed up the pacing, where we already were introduced to Safina and her brother and Mordecai alongside the hero gang. I don't know. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's awesome. I'm sure she's happy with it, and that's fine. So it's just not for me, it seems. I'm losing my mind first, Jacksepticeye and Poppy's Playtime, and then I learned Matt Mercer is in a million games. Yeah, Mercer's everywhere, and I can hear him every single time. He's, if you're playing Fire Emblem Engage, he is the, costume shop owner, and it's because of Critical Role, I know all his voices. Matthew Mercer's one of my favorite voice actors. He has one of the lines, him and Todd Haberkorn were the two that had a performance that was so impactful that it made me really think about getting into voice acting myself. For Mercer, it's Alvin in Tales of Zillia. That's all I'll say about that, because it was a very spoiler-heavy scene. Todd Haberkorn, it's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood in, like, the final season. Oh, it's so good. Oh, Todd Haberkorn is such a good fucking actor. Oh, gotta watch Full Metal Alchemist again. I think the lighting in the pilot was gorgeous. Yeah, it was really nice. Like I said, nothing was bad in the Lackadaisy pilot. I was just, it's just not the way I want to engage with this story, personally. I like the comic a lot. He is the new Ganon, which is great, because if anybody knows, so, you can look up something called There Will Be Brawl. And this is something Mercer and someone else did, and they got a bunch of voice actors, like Kyle Habert is in it, and it's how I know Kyle best, who you all might know better as being Frederick in Fire Emblem Awakening, but he's Wario in There Will Be Brawl, and it's this web series thing that Mercer and a bunch of other people did, basically putting an edgy kind of story onto Brawl, you know, Smash Bros. And in that, he played Ganondorf. And now he's Ganondorf again. And it's just a full circle, and it's great. I kind of wish they added the prologue that they had in the comic. Yeah, explain what the Prohibition was, and yeah, I don't know. I think as a pilot, it's pretty alright. It has, like, it establishes a bunch of important characters. We're talking about Lackadaisy again. Establishes a bunch of important characters and had some fun action to kind of let us know that there will be, you know, fun action like this later down the line. It established the setting well enough, but I agree. I hope if they get, like, a real series, that they kind of redo the start, and have it kind of fit the pacing of the comic a little bit closer. But that's just me. Maybe Tracy was like, I think it starts too slowly. I need to establish things way quicker than how I did. So I'd be really fascinated to hear any interviews she's done, honestly. I'm still surprised to hear Matt in Guilty Gear. I wouldn't know, but that does make sense. And Death the Kid. Oh yeah, Todd's Death the Kid. Yeah. Matt was also the worst JoJo. Which one's the worst JoJo? I haven't read or watched any JoJo. I ought to. It seems great. I don't know why I haven't. I love Araki's art style. So, it's so distinct. But yeah, which one is the worst JoJo? And give me a name and then also a description, because I won't know them off the top of my head by name alone. Jotaro, is that the one with the hat? That's who I know. This is like when Twiins enlightened me to the joke name in Dragon Ball. Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. His hat and his hair are the same thing. Okay, he's the worst one? He's Mercer, wow. That's, I'm impressed, way to go, Mercer. What makes him the worst one? He's definitely the most attractive. Also, I thought everyone liked that adventure. Doesn't he go on adventures in the desert? Doing things? He's the first one that had a stand. He's so boring. He's a bitch to his mom. And the most well-known. I have never seen JoJo. Well, good. Me and Lillian can just accept the facts. We've got a girl JoJo now, don't we? JoJoline or something? Jolene or whatever? That's fun. His friends go on adventures in the desert while he's just there. I think Stoic was really popular when he made that JoJo, so just kind of a hazard of the era. Isn't his wife a dolphin? I wouldn't know. Is he the in part 6? Wow. Is he just going? Is he just gonna keep going forever? Is that kind of the vibe we're getting with JoJo? Or is there like a plot that is gonna be wrapping up at some point? I'm pretty sure all the parts are their own distinct, stories. But, haven't we killed Dio? He's dead, isn't he? We love JoJo's that respect their mothers. It's true. You gotta respect characters that respect their mothers. They announced a new JoJo this year. That's so exciting. Have they announced what they look like? That's the funnest part. I just like looking at the characters. Oh, also their names are really fun because he is like a huge fan of like 80s music especially. And that's why Speedwagon's name is Speedwagon. He's named after REO Speedwagon, the band. and the stands get that shit too, and it's so cool. It makes me wish I had a cool naming convention. I guess I've got one for my next comic that I'm working on, but it's a little low-key. It's not supposed to be overt like that, so I don't know. There's a spoiler event that rebooted the series practically. Well, that'll do it. I think he's on 9. Yeah, his hair doesn't look finished. Okay, well, do we know what his name is? Is Twiins not a cool naming convention? It's certainly confusing for people. I've had so many people be like, I don't get how to pronounce this name. And it's just Twiins. Just Twiins. Just read it like the word twins. I understand why. Because in Japanese, 2 I's next to each other like that would be E. So it'd be Twiins. So I get it. I got new JoJo part 9. Let me click on this so I can see the JoJo. His hair doesn't look finished. But wow, that is weird. I don't like that. I don't like that hair. I'm sure there's a reason for it. Maybe it's actually fabric or something. Well, fascinating. That'll be fun to watch that unfold at a distance. Should name them after defunct tech companies. What a cute emote. Hey, being complex isn't bad. It's not bad. It can be confusing for some. It's kind of a low-key naming convention. Names a character George Washington. I don't think anyone will immediately get the naming convention. I gotta work on this comic quicker, so then I can start posting it, so then I can actually talk to you guys about it. But that's the thing, I'm always so weird when it comes to talking about my comics. I'm always like, I mustn't discuss them. I don't want to influence the reader. You know, I don't want to be like, here's a fun fact, and here's a fun fact, and here's a trivia, and this is what's supposed to be like this. Like, I want people to be able to read the comic and kind of enjoy the story on its own without feeling like they have to be in on all of my secret little facts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what site do you put them on? I put them all on, what's it called? Pixiv. You can find a link in my Twitter. It should be in my Twitter bio. So yeah. And I think also there's a link in the pinned comment, but I can't remember. So yeah, they're over on Pixiv. I should post about my comics more often. It's always just been I finish a chapter, let's go, and then that's it. But I should post about them more. I gotta get better at that. So yeah, Pixiv, because I liked their format. And there was also kind of no other options. Certainly wasn't gonna go back to DeviantArt. Ugh. DeviantArt, it's like they just wanted to kill themselves. They changed their layout, the UI looked bad, everything like became confusing to interact with. Then they got into like stealing art to make NFTs or something. It was so bad. So, Black. Twiins, do you ever plan on posting them to Webtoons? No, I've seen quite a lot of stuff about Webtoons that doesn't seem great. Primary of which being that you don't have full control over the comic, it seems. So, probably not Webtoons, personally. I don't like their vertical format. It doesn't jive with how I approach. Hi, Hacksire! DeviantArt did fall off hard, oh my gosh. Thank you, by the way, Hacksire. Thank you for the super comment. Fun fact, guys, did you know that you can donate money to me on YouTube if I make a video that's really, really super fly? You can donate there. There's like a little heart next to like the dislike button. So now you know. Just in case you ever think, man, Twiins really knocked it out of the park. What's the plot to your next comic? I'll tell you in just a second. Let me catch up with chat. Twiins Twitter. Call it Twiins' Tweeter. So the plot to you don't control your comic. Well, not full control. Like, they suggest you do this. Like, the people in charge of Webtoons will be like, this sells better, so you should make it like this, kind of a thing. So it's not full control, but I don't know. It seems complicated, and I didn't like their super comment reading video. If I got more than one, maybe. But I don't have enough of those. Yeah, their format is also vertical. In a lot of places, that was a big thing. Their format is meant to be read vertically, because it's gonna be engaging with it on mobile, which makes sense. It makes so much sense. And I'd rather save my points to edit emotes. Ladies, that's a good one. That's really fun. And I always approach comic making as if it's going to be a physical book. It's just how I work. So, not for me. The plot to the next comic, I'll tell you. Something happens, and people assume that it's going to be the end of the world. And the protagonist is trying to help. And it's following... I guess actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just give you guys kind of a more full breakdown of what the plot's gonna be, rather than be all kind of coy. You're all special. You're all here in stream. So, no, the moon does not explode. I won't be revealing what the thing is, because I think it'll make for a very fun event at the at the end of chapter 1. But it does have to deal with, like, upwards with the sky. So there's a doctor, like a medical doctor, and he's working on an android that's meant to be, like, kind of like a little superhero android. and then the thing happens that starts what people think is the end of the world. And so the doctor conscripts his friend, who is also part of the mafia, and the two work together to try to finish making this android to help save the world, hopefully. And also there's a cult involved. They're not part of the cult, that's the bad guys. Which means I've had to Google, how do you start a cult? And I really hope that the FBI agent in charge of keeping track of my things doesn't think I'm a weirdo. So there you go. That's the plot. At its most basic of concepts. So yeah, we special sprinkles Astro Boy. I think kind of. I don't know. I haven't read Astro Boy. I do think there's like themes and shit. So don't worry. Just search it up. Search it as top 10 signs of a cult. I did go to WikiHow. WikiHow had how to start a cult with pictures. And I think it was meant to be played for laughs, but I was like, this is low key kind of what I just need to know the basics. Yeah, that's the fun part about making comics is I genuinely having to research things. I previously for a comic I did, I researched hallucinations because a character was going crazy and they saw hallucinations, and so I needed to know how they actually worked because I wanted it to be to some degree authentic, even though I always work in a realm of fantasy to some degree, so it's really fun having to research things that you otherwise wouldn't. You play Cult of the Lamb, you should know how to start one. That was easy. I had a hat that did all the hard work for me. My FBI agent watching me Google how to start a cult. Watch my comic, it has themes and shit. The themes, that's the part that is a little bit less overt, but it's there. That's the part that makes I don't want to be like it's about this, and also keep in mind this character is named after thing, because I don't want to push it onto you guys. It's there if you want to take any kind of time to kind of look into things, but moreover it will be prompting thoughts out of you, the viewer. It's basically will be having you address how you approach topics and stuff. I know, real comprehensive shit right there. How long does it take to die of ruptured stomach? Something I've definitely never had to Google before. That was then later discovered by a very confused mom. Just do a Dragon Ball name characters after food and shit. I'd love to. Next time I'll do a funny little comic, and I can name everyone after something funny like food. I've got another thing, so I've got my bonus chapter for Grim Magic that I'd like to get finished for you guys. And I'm working on my new comic that, we're talking about. But I've also got like a third thing that I'd like to it wouldn't be any kind of regular stuff, but I've got a third art-based adventure that I'd like to kind of interact with every now and then. That would be more comedy forward. But I need to make a video for that first. So, that's what on my, and then of course I'll be coming back to, what's the comic called? It is going to be called As the Sky Falls. And of course I'll be coming back to Grim Magic. I've got more fairy tales I'd like to adapt. And I've got another thing that I'd like to eventually work on, but I've got too many right now. So yeah, that's the plight of being a comic artist. I just want to be like Deep Sea Prisoner. Does anybody know her? Wan Ohara and the Great Blue Sea, Grey Garden, that's her, the lady who makes those. Mageko Castle might be another one you might know. But I don't really interact with Mageko Castle. She's got like fucking 7 different stories she's working on. She's got a comic, she makes animated videos sometimes. She's learned how to make, streamer models, like live 2D VTuber models, and she's probably using that for her stories as well. She's made a manga, like you can buy a manga on Amazon from her, and she's got her games, and she does everything. Yeah, Mageko Castle. She doesn't really interact with Mageko Castle either. I think Wanohara really is more the thing that kind of really starts as her pillar of good ass quality. And man, I just want to be like her. She's working on so many things all the time, and her art is great. And I'm like, I wish I could work on so many things all the time, but I can't. I will say, I'll probably, if I do get hired, fingers crossed, I will probably be making fewer videos. I'll still be making them, of course. Every now and then I just get a fucking script stuck in my head. And then I have to make a video about it. But they won't be happening nearly as often if I do get hired. Instead, I'll be spending more time streaming, so it'll be work, stream, and comics. Those are kind of the things I want to focus on. So, it is what it is. But, that's the plan, and I'm excited for it, because I like making comics, and I like streaming, and I like the idea of not being literally destitute. And then I can really start putting all your donations towards a towel fund, and not towards paying rent. So yeah. Have you considered working on your comic on stream? I've thought about that, but the problem is, I like being able to present a finished product to you guys. I don't want to spoil what's happening in the comic in, like, work in progress form, you know? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could do a member stream like that. That's something people can do. Members streams, so maybe I'd do it that way. But, yeah, I also don't know how good that would be, because I wouldn't be too interested in chit-chatting the entire time. It would be a lot more me being quiet. But also, hang on, I need water. But also, there's a ton of really talented artist streamers that I've kind of fallen into, and they're pretty dang quiet while they work. I guess the fun part is watching the art, not hearing me jabberjaw. So, I'm not wholly opposed to it. Yeah, so, there you go. That's a solid answer for you. It's good to see you've obtained access to workable internet. I know, right? It was really the most stressful thing. A lot's been happening, but that was the big one. That was like, I was like, if this doesn't work, what do we do? If this isn't good enough and I can't stream, like, what do we do? We can't move again, you know? Allison could join, yeah. She also, you know, works. But, having someone else there to kind of, be, like, immediate direct with chat and kind of can act as a bridge between me looking down at my art and you guys. That could be pretty swell. Next comic is a gag comic with characters named after her chatters, but they have really satirical names. Need to buy some BS $400 towel with, like, Roman-style painting Sonic OCs on it. Wow, what a sentence! Every word to that sentence was a whole new twist on a roller coaster ride, Messiah. Oh my gosh, okay. That was 2 revelations. The first one was that Sonic Murder Mystery game kind of happened, and I think it's free. That could be pretty fun to play on stream. So maybe we'll be doing that. The other thing is Resident Evil 4 remake, the new one. I want it. I want it and I want to play it. And it's because if you looked at my likes, you would have seen this a while ago. I saw a gif of Leon Kennedy doing a thing with a chain, and he is very hot. And I want to play the game and look at hot Leon. So this is exciting. I've never played a Resident Evil. I don't own the game yet. I'll have to get it at some point. But again, fingers crossed that this job works out. I'll be able to buy more games more often. and play them. And I won't be playing so many GameCube games. I'll also let you guys know what the plan for this week is. I'll probably just shift everything over. And I think I'll stream tomorrow and then Thursday. But then not Friday. And the stream schedule is gonna be a little herky-jerky as if hopefully I do get hired, as we figure out like my work schedule and when I'm home and stuff. So it'll be a little loose, but we'll find a coagulation point again at some point, I'm sure. I like schedules, so it's just how it is. Oh my gosh! Also, tomorrow, is it tomorrow? This Pokemon Stadium! Pokemon Stadium has come to the Switch, to the online Switch service! Guys! This is so important! I've wanted to play this on stream since a million years ago. Yes! Remember when I played Pokemon Puzzle League? I played that because Stadium wasn't available. And I had to very suddenly shift what I was doing that day. So, that's so fucking exciting. I'm gonna be playing the shit out of that tomorrow, I think. Yeah, baby, that's what we've been waiting for! Oh, good gravy, that's exciting. So yeah, we'll do that tomorrow, and then maybe we'll probably jump into, back into Wind Waker on Thursday. Sorry, Jack. Sorry, all the Jack fans out there. It's because I want to finish Wind Waker, because in May, Tears of the Kingdom comes out. And around that time, I'd like to start streaming Breath of the Wild. Like, just be a game behind. And I want to finish Wind Waker first, because I don't want to be playing 2 Zelda games at once. I don't know, that sounds dumb. The mini games in Stadium are the best part. The Ekans one, I don't know what it is about the Ekans one. That's childhood to me is waking up, at like 6 a.m. and going into the room that had the N64, like it was in like another room, and finding Critter already there, also playing Stadium, and being like, I couldn't sleep, and me being like, I also couldn't sleep, because it was like a game we were renting. Remember when that was a thing? And that's what childhood is the summertime, but it's cool, because it's 6 a.m., and we're just playing Pokemon. Hot damn. Drop everything. The hammer, the towels, it's Stadium time. Twins, I'm looking at the Leon gif you're talking about, and I'm like, not gay, but he's hot as fuck. Isn't he, though? Do you see? Do you see what made me go, I'm gonna play this game? Stealing your little brother's Lickitung food is an important part of my childhood. Yo, the Lickitung? Oh my gosh! I'm so excited to play this tomorrow. This will be great. Sounds pretty gay, bro. Everyone's a little bit gay. No one's 100% straight. Even me. Most straightest girl on the internet, it seems. But yeah. I guess that's kind of everything I got for today. I ran through all the topics so quickly. It feels crazy to only stream for an hour and a half, but everyone's a little gay for Leon Kennedy. Exactly. It's Leon and Bayonetta, you know? They are the exception to all rules. It's also, we're getting close to dinner time as well. So, I gotta make sure I eat, so I don't die. More the only stream woman on the internet. It does seem like. Sometimes it really does feel like I'm the only one. I know that's not true, but I feel like a rare breed. I get it though. Ladies are pretty. I understand. They're not for me, but I get it. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up. I will fiddly dee with the what about the Mario movie? I haven't seen it. I've only heard either I've only either heard, it's great, or this is the worst thing on planet Earth. No one's like, it's fine. I'm not rushing out to go see it though. Guys, she's so oppressed, joking. Being bisexual moves more merch. It's true. It's true. Oh, man, if I ever get to have, like, cool merch again, I should make fun little, like, pride flag things somehow. You know what I will say, though? Go to Frame Rate merch. That's, Tina and Ray Narvaez's store. They've got, like, cute little... They've got a ton of really cool, pride merch stuff. But my favorite is they've got little pins of cakes. And the layers of the cakes are the colors of the different flags, and it's really cute. So, go get that for all of your LGBTQ plus friends. If Leon's not gonna keep the Redfield bloodline going with Claire, he's gonna do it with Chris. Thank you, Lillian. Yeah. It's so good. So good to get to stream again. Oh my gosh. Good gravy. I miss this. So yeah, I will fiddle-dee-dee. I fiddle-dee-dee with the stream settings to maybe help us from... I feel like we'd be chugging a lot more if I had something going on screen. Here, let me just real quick scoot over to this screen. And then let's get Doug over here. I'm gonna just check to see. This is for the VOD. I'm seeing how smooth the animation is. This is all for Twiins. Oh wow, the donation thing is still here. I forgot about that. I'm surprised it didn't just auto go away because we've passed the time limit. I'll get rid of that. Okay, great. Now I'll be able to check to see. Hang on, let's do a nice smooth motion. Okay, cool. I'll be able to look at the VOD and kind of see how that looks. I missed all you guys. I'm glad you guys missed me. It's nice to be wanted. This was fun. Adios. Have fun. Have fun eating your vegetables and drinking your water. Thank you for the towel funds. I'll work on getting a fun emote for that, because that does sound really cute. I'll have to think of a clever way to do it. But yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. With fucking Pokemon, hell yeah! Alright. Adios. Eat your vegetables, drink your water. See you on the flip side. Oh, there'll be a new video tomorrow, too. So, that'll be exciting, for everyone to watch some Pokemon shit. Hell yeah. Big Veggie is my god. It's at least Doug's god. Alright, I have to actually stop. Adios. See ya. Hasta la vista. Toodaloo.